Andrew Harvey, and in honor of sacred activism, and in honor of the appalling suffering that is now erupting on every level all over the world, I am not going to mince my words. I'm going to speak to you nakedly and directly. It is time for all of us to recognize that we are now in an apocalyptic situation. The apocalypse isn't coming, it is here, and it is erupting in massive interlinked crises that seriously threaten the future of the human race and a great deal of nature. The most serious of these is, of course, the climate crisis. And I want to read to you something that David Ray said about the recent IPCC report from the UN, which was a dire warning. Dave Ray is the director of Enlightened Climate Change, and he said, and this is said to you and I as spiritual leaders, world leaders must have the findings of this report seared into their minds and take urgent action. This is not just another scientific report. This is hell and high water writ large. My friends, as spiritual leaders, I believe we are called now to do three things. The first thing that you and I believe, must do is stop in any way softening the agony and urgency and desperate danger of the situation that humanity is in. We must stop in any way offering false hope and false opium. We must stop ourselves pretending, and we must help the human race find through grace the power and the strength to be able to stand to see what must be seen if we have any hope in hell or heaven of getting through. That is the first thing, and I have to say that in my 30 years as a spiritual leader, I have been aghast and shocked by how few spiritual leaders are truly prepared to stand up and tell the truth to the people who so desperately need it. The second thing that I believe as spiritual leaders we must do, and I urge the conference to plunge deeply into this, is to face without illusion and without magical thinking and without pseudo-politeness just how dangerous religion itself has become at a time like this. For all the talk of interdisciplinary, interspiritual, you know what, the religions still have some secret fantasy of being unique and still cling to their dogmas. All of this is useless in a situation like this. The divine is asking us to step dramatically out of any of our separate boxes and unite in the sacred heart. Unite in the burning, urgent, wild, holy, sacred heart, so that we can forever end the human story of separation and come into radical unity at the moment in which radical unity beyond any dogma or difference is the only possible place from which we can have a hope in hell or heaven of doing anything real. The third thing that I beg you in this conference to address with the deepest passion that you are capable of, and the deepest truth and the deepest intensity of purpose, is the absolute necessity of saying to the people who listen to you, as they listen to me, prayer and meditation and chanting and deep learning of the mystical traditions are not enough. They are foundational, they are essential, but they are not enough, because they have to be the ways we access the courage and the power and the passion and the stamina and the peace and the trust and the faith to be able to stand up together in sacredly inspired action. Urgent, sacredly inspired action. We can no longer give any kind of message to the human race that we can simply meditate or pray or chant this appalling apocalyptic crisis away. We have to say to everyone who will listen that while the divine is with us and in us, what the divine is demanding of us is that we plunge deeply into practice to give us the courage to stand up for justice and balance and harmony in every realm of the world, not just through our words, but through our loving, non-violent, but urgent actions. Sacred activism isn't just one more beautiful dish on the smorgasbord of possibilities. Sacred activism is the only way forward. We must go deep into our essential natures and go far out with the courage and inspiration we find in those essential natures to heal the planet. And we must do it now, because time is running out. Thank you.